So, hi everybody, if you can see me. Hi everyone, if you can see me. So, today we're doing a live with Sumaya Dalmia, who is a fitness expert and also a mom. She manages a lot of gyms and she is really, really big in that fitness space. She works with clients for their own needs as well. And I'm very, very excited about today's chat because we're actually talking about things that are very, very important today. So, on. Hi, Sumaya, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see, but I can see some books. I can't see your
Yes,
face, but
hold on. Just turning it. Okay. So,
how are
hi, thank you
you?
so much. I'm good. Thank you
Not
so
at
much for
all.
doing this chat. I was just telling everybody that you're a fitness expert and more than just a fitness expert, you work with people individually. You've set up a lot of fitness spaces and you're also a mom, which is very important to our conversation today since we're talking about children. We're going to talk
Right.
about a lot of important things like body image, how to motivate them in a way that they inculcate fitness and healthy eating as something that they will carry through to their entire lives. So I just wanted to start a little bit by you telling me, were you sporty and athletic in school? How did you get into this line? Is it something that you did later, or were you always into it?
So, I have actually a very interesting journey.
Okay.
I was a little overweight as a child, and
Okay. Hard to believe
I
though.
think, no, but that's the thing. So that's why it's so relevant to today's conversation because I've been through so much of that journey.
Right.
And so I was a bit overweight as a child, and we were so ignorant about it at that point. I think your parents didn't really care. They always thought that a well-fed kid would grow
Yes.
tall, and they never really tokoed us. They never ever stopped
Yes.
us from eating a certain way. So it just so happened that come to grade seven, I realized that, oh my God, I'm overweight and all my other friends are they're lean. And that whole realization of, oh my God, I need to lose weight started.
Right.
And that's when I joined the school team because I thought that if I exercised, that would be my journey to weight loss. And
Okay.
initially in my dieting years is what I would call them, my ignorant dieting years, which was all through when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 4 years.
Yeah.
I ate all wrong. I didn't eat. I would eat like maybe two cream fries because we didn't know any better, right? It was not a
Absolutely.
science,
We
but
hardly had any information. No
we
one really
had
talked
any no
about it.
information. No one really
Yeah.
talked about it, and the only
Yes.
thing I had was that I was playing, I was sport, and it just so happened that I realized I was good. And what to be me being on school teams and playing at national level, and so that journey of mine made me realize that, oh God, I love sport, I'm good at it, and I was playing for school teams, but my weight loss journey was a parallel to my sporting journey. So there were times
Okay.
when even though I was playing on court 5 6 hours, I never saw the results that I wanted aesthetically, because I was like, why am I not losing weight if I'm playing so much? So I always had that struggle. We were so young. I'm saying, like, if I'm 40
Yes.
today, it would be like 25, 26 years ago, right? And that was it. And one fine day I woke up and I think I lost weight. And I was very happy with my body. I was doing economics honors in St. Stephen's, and Reebok came out with a course it was a summer program which said that something to do with fitness. I don't really remember, but I joined it
Right.
thinking that it was like a, aerobics class or something. I don't know what it was. I never knew it was a journey to become a trainer. So I did that over the
Oh,
summer.
okay. Okay.
And
Right.
I did that over the summer, and I just realized I loved it. But 26 years ago, you couldn't come home and say that to your parents that I want to be a trainer,
Yes.
especially if you're doing St. Stephen's economics. They're like, "What's wrong with
Right.
you?" So then I went on. So through that journey, fitness had kind of started in India in terms of like a few small mom and pop shop had some studios in a basement, which is like an aerobic
Yes.
studio kind
Yes.
of thing.
Yes. We all
And
went to those
we all
initially.
went those. And so I did those just for like the fun of it during college. Like, at 4 to 5 used to be my time to take a class. I'd finished college, I'd done everything, I'd come home. So, and I just really enjoyed transferring my knowledge to people, spending time with people. It paid so well. It was like wow. But at the
Okay.
same time, I couldn't tell everybody that I wanted to be a trainer. So I went on to do a master's in economics. And somewhere along the line, I joined a gym in the US while I was still studying there. And the guy who was training me, uh, you know, was trying to really customize my training program and used to ask me, what do I eat? And at one point, I asked him, like, so how do you know so much? So he said, oh, I'm a trainer by like as a part-time profession, but I actually did a master's in sports science. And I was like, what is
Oh,
that?
okay.
And he's like, oh, that's the study of fitness, that's the study of the human body, anatomy, physiology, psychology, nutrition, how it impacts your body. And I was like, that's what I want to do. So I literally wrote home saying that, listen, I want to do a master's in sports science. And everybody was like, what is that? So we traded off with that I would do economics and I would do sports science on the side. Like I would do both degrees. So I ended
Both.
up doing the
Okay.
double degree. And
Wow.
so yeah, that was my journey. And then from there, I worked with Reebok. I worked in the US. I worked in London. I did so much of that, and finally came back to India. And fitness had just started picking up. I helped a couple of people set up their clubs, and finally, I was just like, you know what? I still want to teach, and how do I do that? And that really became. I was like, I'll open my own gym. So literally, I opened a little mom and pop shop, little room, which had me and a trainer. And I said, okay, my philosophy is that there's no one size fits all.
Right.
And even with nutrition, what works for you might not work for me, and everybody's bodies are so different. So how can everything be so
Absolutely.
generic, right? And
Right.
that was the knowledge we were going to impart. And that's it. Cut to today. I'm 6 gyms in, growing and loving it, and grateful that I can still continue to inspire and motivate people after so many years to continue their journey. Fitness has become so big.
Yes.
Preventive health has become so big. Everybody wants to look after themselves, especially after this pandemic. Even during we're
Yes.
still in the pandemic. People have
Yes.
started realizing that it's so important to do a little bit of self time.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's my story. It's long, but I just thought
Wonderful.
it's
I
so
think, yes, in
relevant.
fact, I was trying to, I was remembering when we met the first time, you were setting up
Right.
something in Southex. I think that
That's
was
it.
one of that,
That was my
yeah.
first mom and pop shop gym.
Yeah, yeah. Your
Yeah.
kids were very, very young,
Very
and this
young,
was
right?
your new thing that you were going to do, and you were just it was about to open. It hadn't even opened. So this is a
That's
long,
it.
long time ago.
Long
Okay.
time ago.
So tell me now that you mentioned this, so I think the thing on every parent's mind right now is that even children who were earlier very active, or let's say forced to be active by doing PE because there was a certain
Hmm.
school routine, and then of course there were the kids who were in school teams, with being shut inside the house and with now activity being so restricted, how
Hmm.
do you, like, it's not gone on for 1 month or 2 months, it's almost going to be a year. How can parents motivate their children to still remain active? And what is the ideal time that children should be active, especially looking at the amount of screen time and sedentary, like their lives have become like a corporate, office job. So what can they do?
It's almost like I want to say you're asking the wrong person this question.
How can you
Because
say that?
I know, because I have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old in my house, and forget the fact that their mom does this for a living. It's almost like they disregard my knowledge, and it's almost like and that's what is tough with kids.
It's
It's
very tough.
almost like it's very tough,
Yes.
and it's almost like they rebel and say that just because you're a certain way, they put a negative connotation to my profession, and they're like, oh, mom, just because you're a certain way, everybody doesn't have to be like you.
Yeah.
And by be like you means exercises, eats healthy. For them,
Yes.
it's not a positive yet, especially teenage girls, and there's so many times
Yes.
when she's saying, when I'm telling her, Mara, can you please like get up? And you've been sitting in front of your desk for I'm counting time. It's been like 7 hours. What are you doing? Get
Ours.
up, get out.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
lucky we
Yes.
have a lawn. Go walk.
Yes.
And automatically her mind will say, why are you body shaming me? I said, I didn't even use the word body shame. I didn't even say anything to you. So,
It's really tough,
it is,
honestly.
and I can sit here and give you all the yarn, but it's really tough to um,
Actually get them
motivate
to
your kids,
implement it. Yes.
to
Yes.
motivate and implement your kids, because there's so much screen time that they have. There's so much stimulation that they get from their screens that it's actually really tough to pull them away. And I
Right.
think the only thing I've kind of just managed to do is that I've actually made it like a barter. That if you
Okay.
need to do, I've had to force my kids. From to my kids, it's not come naturally, and none of my girls are sporty, which is really shocking. But so for me, it's I've had to like really like barter with them that if you need to do this, you need to go and do this thing for half an hour. That's the only way you're going to get this. So in the day, a lot of your so supposing they want to order in and they want to order a dessert, I'm like, dude, guys, did you walk? Did you get out and do something? If you haven't, you're not getting it, and it's not a punishment; it's a reward.
Yeah.
It's
No,
somewhat like a
absolutely.
necessity. And
Yeah.
I've tried to. My younger one is still young, but my older one, I've tried to explain to her that look, I'm not body shaming you, and I'm not trying to make you thin or fat. I mean, this is really
Yes.
not where I'm coming from. I'm just coming from a very regular health point of view. How can you
Yes.
think it's normal that you are
Yes.
sitting in front of your screens for almost 15, 17 hours a day and
Yes.
not moving? Even in school,
Yes.
when you guys go to school, you're moving, you're going up to your classroom, you're coming
Yeah,
down. There's
absolutely.
some kind of movement. So I'm actually asking you to do basic movement. I'm not asking you to go out and run 100 kilometers, or like
Yes,
sprint
yes.
or anything of that sort. So it's
You
very
know,
tough,
it's
especially,
very
the
tough,
teenage kids.
and you especially, Sumaya, like for everything they say that parents should model it themselves. You are modeling it in the
I'm
best
modeling
possible
it.
way.
And the beauty
Yeah, that's
is
what I'm
for
saying.
me, and this is what I'm saying, the teenage mind, and maybe it can work both ways, but for me, it's actually they use it against me. They use my way of living as a negative and they use it, they throw it back at me. It's not like I'm a role model to them. It's really strange.
Yeah.
But this is what I feel. I think this is the teenagers, and these are the kids of today. They are so strong-headed. Just because I'm their mother, I can't say shut up and do this. It doesn't work. I
Yeah.
have to
No, it doesn't
really
work like
reason
that.
with them. I can't
Yes.
even. You have to be so careful with my teenage daughter. I can't even use the word you need to be thin, because the moment I
Yes.
use the word thin, she will say you're
Oh,
body shaming me. Or I
yes.
can't say that you need to eat a certain way. They are so well aware of how to use certain terminologies. It's
Yes.
very tough. So I have to
No,
like
you have to
literally,
handle, yes, you have to handle them with a
I
lot
have
of
to sit in,
sensitivity.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I had to sit and actually talk to her and say that, listen, this is really not about me being even remotely affected by your weight. And firstly, she's not overweight or anything, but it's just that. So, but she takes it like that, because now this
Yeah.
is the other part of the conversation that you and I will have at some point.
Yes.
Their idea of beauty is already in their mind because of social
Yes.
media,
Because of, absolutely. Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
I don't think she's overweight, but maybe in her mind she thinks she is, because the idea of ideal beauty is already in her brain, right? Which
Yes.
is why at some
Absolutely.
points I see her getting a bit negative towards me and saying, just because you are so thin, you're expecting me to be you. And I'm like, absolutely not. I
Yeah.
really just want you to move. It is not
Yeah.
healthy to be sitting. Your bones will degenerate. You won't become tall. The human body is designed to move. How can you justify not being able to move in the day? And that's
Right.
literally what I
Absolutely.
had to do to ask them to get out and move. So it
So
became
we,
like a trade-off in our lives.
okay, so basically for other parents, I mean, to basically maybe do like half an hour of some sort of
So for other
activity, see an
parents, if you
app.
get,
Yeah.
so for other parents,
What
if
can
you're
they do?
lucky, I wasn't lucky, even though I'm in the profession. I want to laugh about it, but for other parents, and this was also the pandemic. I did a lot of talks that I said, if you play with your kids. So during the pandemic, initially, I played with them. We played all the catch and catch that we did in the lawn.
Yeah.
I was encouraging to be playing with them, and I've also seen that every time I have been involved in an activity, that's when
Yes.
I've been able to draw my kids out. So
Yes.
if I pull
Absolutely.
them out to play dog in the bone, or if I pull them out to play pakran pakrai, they'll play with
They'll
me.
come. Hmm.
But if I instruct them that you need to go out, they'll be like, "What are you? Why are you on your phone?" You know.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's
so
really tough.
yeah. So I think self motivation comes with age and comes with time. So it's, I
Initially, you
think
have to
maybe,
direct
yeah,
them.
we can't expect them to be
I
so
think you need to
motivated
be involved in that
with,
activity
yeah.
with them
Yes,
initially, so
I
that
do the same. I started doing a morning walk with my daughter only because otherwise she won't go. So, while
yeah,
a different timing may suit me, but only because she is ready to go at that time. So I'm
exactly.
going
That's
from, 6:30 in the morning till 7:15. And it's also nice because it gives me time with her alone while the younger one is not there. So it's
absolutely.
also a nice time to chat and you're not on your phone early morning. So it's working well. So I think one is, yes, parents need to be involved.
Involved.
Parents need to deal with it with a lot of sensitivity
And
because, you
especially
know,
with so much gaming and so much internet and
yes,
Instagram and this and that, like you said, I also started taking my girls for a walk at some point. You know,
yes,
we started to, and you end up talking a lot more because you got to make them do the time of half an hour. So you have to keep engaging them in conversation. So yes,
yes,
I've had a lot of meaningful conversations with the girls. We've like talked about it. We've also taught them. I've also taught them how to, do some introspection, what introspection means. It's just these
yes,
kids are not aware of this kind of living at all. What is
yeah,
introspection?
absolutely.
They're so stimulated, and that's my biggest worry,
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
don't know what the coming generations will still get out of it, but I don't even know the
yeah.
kids of today who have, just been born, what they're going to be in some new kind of life.
Totally. In fact, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about leads up from this, which is why that at this age where, you know, they have so much social media, TV shows, there's already a certain body image built into their minds about
Yeah.
how they need to be, but they're not yet of that level of maturity of going about it in a healthy way. So that is when all these diets come in, which we were discussing, right? You have teenage girls on keto diets, not eating their meals. And I was seeing some research in India, which they've done, which is really alarming because even people whose BMI was in the normal range thought themselves overweight. And not only is it dieting, it's also the bulimia, you know, making yourself vomit and taking laxatives, skipping meals entirely. So, you know, that is also something that is happening.
Right.
What can we do about things like that? I mean, when parents find that their kids are skipping meals and they are, you know, dieting to that extent, I mean, that
You
can't
know,
be healthy.
so, this is what I say. It's like how times have changed and how parenting is not the way it used to be. So, you need to be very, very in tune with your child, especially if you have girls.
Right.
You need to be communicating with them at a very regular level. They need to know that you are aware of these things. They need to know that you're not judgmental. They need to know
Yes.
that you are aware of what's happening in the outside world. So, firstly, parenting today, the gap is closed in. Like I share the
Yes.
same playlist for exercising that my
Yeah,
daughter makes for
absolutely.
me, right? So,
Yes,
what I'm
yes,
trying to say is no longer a generation gap of sorts. It's only the wisdom.
yes,
I only have
yes,
a wisdom gap. I don't have a
yes,
generation gap because she's already caught
yes.
up with me because of social media, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's in coming from the wisdom aspect. As parents, we need to know that these kids are already aware of so many things that we figured out at 17, 18. My daughter already
Yes,
knows, what is sex, what is a good looking woman, what is even my 9-year old knows what is an I good looking woman, like whatever that
yes,
means. So,
yes,
so many times I've dwelled in a conversation with her saying, what do you mean by a good looking woman? Because I was inquisitive. Like, how can a 7-year-old say, oh, she's a good looking girl?
yeah, or have this
And,
opinion already. Yeah,
and have this opinion already. So I've always like had conversations like, why, baby, why do you find her good looking? Like, what do you like
yeah,
about her? And
yes,
it's again social media. So you have to be very careful. Whilst it's good that they're aware so that they don't have child obesity and they know that they
yes,
need to be careful. And there's but again, the opposite side is that they are so influenced by this idea of beauty that I see girls and I see parents who've come to me with their 15, 16-year-old daughters, who are either suffering from anorexia and they're looking for exercise as a outlet, or they have body image disorders, which we've counseled them or
yeah,
referred them to counsels, and figuring out a way where you can end up being a balanced life. So
yes,
again, my advice would really be to set up a really positive vibe at home, and at the same time acknowledge what is going on in the outside world, so they shouldn't think you as being old fashioned, and talk
yes,
about these things, like say being, this is, and sometimes you have to act it out, like, even if you're like, so many times I'm scrolling through Instagram with my 13-and-a-half-year-old, where I'm like, oh my god, so she might be not so skinny girl, but
yes,
somebody who's an average woman who I think is
yes,
average, and I say, oh my god, she's so pretty, or oh my god, she's so beautiful, because I want her to pay attention that it's okay to be curvy,
yes, absolutely.
and her mother's idea of beauty is not skinny, because,
Yeah,
like I said, my profession works against me strangely in my house, and I'm really speaking from the heart, where
yeah,
she said, just
absolutely.
because you are thin doesn't mean the whole world has to be thin.
Right. No, I
And
totally
I've always,
understand. Yeah.
so I've always explained to her. So for me, it's, even when I'm teaching, it's not about being visibly thin or fat. It's really about being healthy.
Yes. And in fact, you know,
So
so two people were discussing on the chat. So I want to say that you said especially girls. So somebody said, yes, boys also are prey to that. They are. But if you look at all research, it will tell you that after teenage, girls tend to start dropping out of activities, dropping out from the sports field, because it tends to somehow affect their body image, affects their self-esteem more, whereas boys tend to remain a little,
Yeah, I'll
constant.
tell you example. My own daughter, she dropped out of
Yeah.
the football team because she refused to wear shorts.
That's it. So puberty comes in, there are body changes. Somehow
Yeah.
girls react to it worse, or they are made more conscious or whatever. Boys do not. And in fact, I was looking at some other research today where it is amazing how early this body image seeps in. 6 and 7 year old children are
I'm
aware.
telling you, I have a
Yeah.
7 and 8 year old who's already has an
Yes.
idea of beauty. So that's why I asked her.
Yes.
But coming back to boys, I have to agree, I have to admit with the moms on this chart. With boys, it's different. The boys want to hit the gym at 12 now. They also want six-pack abs because boys are also now
Under the
getting
pressure
privy
of a
to
different kind.
these six,
Yes.
yeah, under pressure with
Uh,
the six-pack abs and this whole hot body. And I've had like kids who wanted to join the gym as young as when they're 12 or 11, and so it's actually both sexes, women, girls differently, but boys also very differently, that they've always wanted to go. And I've had moms who've called me and said, listen, can you please talk to my son and say that he can't join the gym till he's 16 because he's
right.
dying to come to the gym. And I've had to have that conversation and say, baby, why don't you go play outside, go play football, do some push-ups, but don't lift weights till you are 13, 15, 16
I
or
wanted to
whatever.
ask you actually, what is the right age for children to be at the gym? Because my daughter asks me all the time, why can't I be on the treadmill? And I keep saying, no, outdoors is better for you. Why do you want to get into it? Eventually, knees, closed area, blah. But I thought I must ask you, what is the right age to get into weights and get into the gym?
So by gym, I would really mean weights. Otherwise,
Yes.
every other thing is very safe. Of course, nothing beats outdoors because you get the
Yes.
oxygen, you get the vitamin D. There's nothing that beats the outdoors. But in a restricted environment, treadmill, a treadmill is fine as long as you have a good treadmill. Cross trainers are fine as long as they're not lifting weights.
What
Because
would be the right age to get into weights,
about
into weight training,
16.
let's say?
About
16.
15,
Okay.
16. Yeah. I've seen a lot of young athletes get into training a lot sooner, but for them, it's very different needs
Yeah,
why they're
yeah.
doing it, right?
Yes,
Because they need to be
absolutely.
conditioned for a sport. But
Yes.
otherwise, 15, 16 is a good age for them to get into the gym and start a few, body weight stuff. Do as much as body weight training as you can and do light weights. By light weights, I mean by maximum 2 or 3 kilos because that's how much their school bag weighs anyway.
Right. And should they be doing this under supervision, or do you think it's okay for
Of
them to do
course,
it?
no, no,
Yeah.
no. Of course,
Okay.
if you're besides the treadmill and the cross trainer and basic stuff like that, initially it would be nice if you could get your children a personal trainer only for the first few sessions, where they can teach them how to do the exercise properly.
Correctly, and how to
So
do
the
it correctly.
foundation,
Yes.
yeah, and how to do it correctly because the foundation needs to be strong, and you don't want to
Yes.
end up injuring them.
Yes. So, okay, so I've got some questions, Sumaya, that I had asked people, if they wanted to ask. So I have 3 of these. So let me ask you, and then, I'm sure we can discuss on these as well. So one
Done.
person has asked, could you recommend some apps that has children's workout plans based on age group so that they can follow a safe and guided plan?
I will research it and put it after you put this IGTV up and find you a really good one. I haven't researched it for myself,
Because
but I'm
otherwise,
sure they
same
are.
thing. Children
Yeah,
are
I'm sure
unsupervised.
they are.
If
They are,
they
I'm
pick up
sure.
something and do which is not okay for them, then of course, it can lead
I
to
will
injury.
find you some. I'm good for my knowledge also. I haven't really researched, but I'll find you some.
Okay, so that's one. The second was, with increasing schoolwork at home and lack of access to sports, even children who were in school teams and
Yeah.
very active, is there any sort of a 30-minute routine that they can do to stay fit?
Absolutely. Like I said, when my girls were listening to me they were all excited and they wanted to exercise with their mother. We did
Yeah.
this really sweet body weight program,
Yes.
which was, very basic stuff like jogging on the spot, jumping jacks, sitting on a chair, getting up, touching your toes, trying to make them do some form of a plank. So
Yes.
basically, whatever you would do, as long as it's not complicated,
Yes.
you can work out
They
with
can
your
do.
kids' body weight. Yeah.
I've seen
And
on
then,
your
honestly,
own your Instagram, you have so many of these routines I've seen.
I've done one with my daughter also, actually, on my Instagram page. So if anybody wants to see that, we did a small little workout that will give you a rough idea of what to.
Okay.
And I did it with my 9-year-old, and that was a great workout. So it's a great
So maybe
workout
you
for you
can
also.
post it again, because it might have
I'll
gone
post
really
it again.
far back in your feed.
I'll post it. I'll put it on my stories. Yeah, done.
So all basic
And
functional they
tag
can
you.
do, right? They can do
All
squats,
basic.
they can do lunges, they can do, like
That's
you're
what
saying,
they're doing in
planks,
school. They can do
downward dog. Yeah, all these
squats,
they can do.
lunges, downward dog,
Yeah.
even some form of a push up on their knees.
Yeah.
any, touching their toes, a
Yeah.
warm up. It's all
Jumping jacks,
amazing. Jumping
star
jacks.
jumps, all of
In
those, of
fact,
course.
they'll actually challenge you. So work out with your daughter. She'll challenge you. And by the way, I can say this, even if it's a 15-minute routine, it's fine.
Okay.
Sometimes for them,
Good to
30
know.
minutes is too long. So maybe you can
Yes.
go for a walk with your daughter for like, say, 20 minutes, and the last 10 minutes you do some kind of strength work with her.
Right.
Because kids,
Yeah.
I also
Mountain
noticed
climbing,
this is,
yes.
yeah,
Mukesh
and
says mountain
kids,
climbers.
I also noticed that kids today need posture correction. Like I struggle with my daughter all the time.
Because they're in front of the lap.
Bed,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
bed, she's not like the way we are, straight. So I'm always like telling her that, can you please walk straight, walk straight. So there's a lot of band work you can do with the children. Bands are really good to incorporate with them because they don't add any weights to it. Just
Yes.
like retraction work, things that you can do. So just keep their, because their chest muscles become very tight and the forward neck syndrome creeps in, which is why
So
they're
it's all
always hunching.
and
So
pain.
they
And
need
yeah,
to,
they
yeah.
hunch a lot.
And by the way, kids are in pain these days. I don't remember when we came back and said, "Oh, my mama, my back is hurting." I've
Yeah.
had my 13-year-old come and say, "My back is hurting," and my reaction to that has been, because you've been sitting non-stop.
Same. My daughter told me the other day, my entire chest and back is hurting. I told her, you're sitting on a bean bag like this with the laptop. Obviously, look at your posture. It's terrible. So, you have to sit up and
But
sit properly.
the thing is, we have to say, this is again my realization. I thought it would be easy for me as a role model in my house. But
Yes.
even I've had to struggle, right? So I think what I've learned is that I never got lucky as being a role model in my house at all. If anything else, it's worked against me. But I've had to reason with them. So whatever you say to them, it needs to be in an affirmative manner. Like they need to
Yes.
be positive affirmations as opposed to be like, you are doing this and that's why it's wrong with you and you'll always become like this. It has to be like, baby, you need to walk, you need to move because it's really good for you. And if you stand straight, you look taller. You'll gain half an inch, stand in front of the mirror. Like I've done this with my daughter. I said, okay, I'm going to take a picture of you when you're standing the way you are, and then I'm going to take a picture of you again. Just walk with a straight back. And all of a sudden, she saw herself and she's like, really? Is that me? I said, yes, that's you. And I said, can you see that you've actually put on 1 whole inch just by
Just by
standing
standing
straight?
straight. Yeah. Yeah.
And that I think stuck with her more than me saying, stand straight, stand straight, stand straight.
Okay. So I think basically parents, I think a really good tip for parents is that you have to just pay a little bit of attention to how you word what you
One of
say.
absolutely.
Yeah, how you communicate it. And eventually, of course, they will realize. And because this is another thing I've seen that in families, people who are even in their 70s now and they don't enjoy walking or doing physical exercise will tell you that in my house, it was never a part of the normal routine. So I never got into
Right.
it and I don't enjoy it. Whereas there are some very active 60, 70-year-olds who will tell you that sports was always a part of my life right from childhood. So they don't realize now, but some of these habits inculcated early will really take you through your entire
Ab-
lifetime,
totally.
you
Like,
know?
I mean, I'm
And
very lucky. For me,
yeah,
it's like so many times, I've had people commenting that, oh my God, how do you do this? And how are you still doing this? For me, it's not out of the ordinary. It's a part of who I am. It's
yes,
just a healthy lifestyle and being a bit disciplined and loving the trickle of sweat. I'm glad I inculcated this in my life when I was 16, 17 and, in my weight loss journey. And
yes,
I've had the wisdom now because of being in this whole journey, either as a professional or as someone who was a little overweight and then lost weight and then saw how the world viewed me when I lost weight. That's a very important realization that I had. So sometimes when girls come and feel a certain way and they feel insecure, honestly, I know how they're feeling because I've been through it and it is real. It is really real. It's not like, oh my God, you can't tell your daughter, oh, you're just making it
you're
up
just
in your head. You're
imagining it.
not.
Yeah, yeah,
Not at
yeah, yeah,
all.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I know this as someone who's experienced this. Up until grade 8 or 9, I was one of the boys. I never got a rose on Valentine's Day because I was a certain way. And all of a sudden, when I lost weight and emerged in the 11th, it was like some new girl joined school. And everybody started viewing me differently. The boys started viewing me differently. This is something that I have experienced personally. So
yes,
I know it happens. And a lot of times, if you don't keep that channel of communication open with your children, they can go into depression, they can feel insecure, they'll start sitting out of activities. So keep that channel open, and sometimes it is okay to say, yeah, I understand how you're feeling, but you
Absolutely.
know
I was going
what,
to say that.
baby,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I would say that, you know what, baby, I've been through it, and
Yes.
yeah, maybe if you just lost a little bit of weight and exercise, people will just be like, wow, she's exercising, not like, wow, she's looking good, but wow, she's exercising, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exercising is fashionable.
Yes. I also think that people who exercise, later when you go on into the corporate world, you will notice that these people, there is a certain sense of commitment. It pervades your entire personality. It's not only about just when you're exercising. It really shows that you are committed. You believe in self-care. You are passionate about
Yes.
something, and you make sure that you manage your time to take out time for that. You will notice that there is a difference in a person who is a regular exerciser. There is a
My
difference
husband
in,
says that to me a lot. You know, we've been dating each other since we were 17 years old. So we are high school lovers. So he said this to me. And he's a non-sporty guy. Like, I haven't even been able to motivate him. So he says, you know, I've seen how you deal with situations. You're a lot
yeah,
more calm. You're a lot more
yeah,
processed in your thoughts.
yeah.
You're not reactive. You know, you take a
Yes.
moment, your
Yeah.
body processes what you want to say, you're faster, you're a lot more disciplined, even in running a business. I can see that, you know, the fact that you've been able to make a chain out of this, it's just your discipline in a very strange way. You know, you're more
Yeah.
meticulous. And by the way, that's not with people who exercise, that's with people who play sport. That's why
Yeah.
I think it's so important that you need to learn. You need to, people who play sport know how to deal with life. They know how to deal with
Yeah.
failure. They know how to deal with success. They know how to be calm in moments of being stressed. You know,
Yeah.
when you're
That, of
fighting for the
course.
last point, you have to be super calm, and that it's only
Yeah.
by being calm is that you're going to win it.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, there is no denying that those life skills, they take you through everything. But
Right.
overall, also, I think, you can tell when a person is committed to something, and that commitment tends to kind of play out in other areas of their life. Okay, so I have one last question where somebody has asked, what about yoga for kids? Kids tend to
Lovely.
look at yoga and find it very boring. They have this impression that it's not fast enough, but yoga can
So
be also fantastic for posture and
I,
everything.
yeah, I just feel that instead of dictating what they need to do, expose them to various activities and let them pick what they like.
Like,
Because
okay.
that's the only way they'll stay consistent to it. Like, you know, I mean, finally I've settled in with my girls to play baddie. So I get
Right.
this badminton, so, and they love it because I think they're interacting with someone and whatever, they're playing together. They need to find what they like. So
Okay. So
expose them
expose
to
them to different
yoga,
things. Yeah.
expose them to different things and let them figure it out.
Right. And one last thing which I wanted to say was that it's also important to watch what they're watching in terms of TV and things, and to explain to them that a lot of what they see on social media is distorted images. So tell them about things like Photoshop, so it's important for them to know that this is not always reality. This person doesn't always look like this. And that's also a conversation that I think parents really need to have with their kids. Discuss ads, discuss,
But yeah, but you know what? I don't know how many 13-year-old parents are listening. They know. Like, you know, they just know. They're
Yeah.
even aware of photoshopping. They
Yeah.
know that nothing, what is a nice part of their education, their life education right now. They know, like my daughter knows Instagram is a lie. You know,
Wow.
my daughter
Okay.
knows, and you know, she'll come back and tell me, one day she told me this, which really stuck with me, was she just on a dinner table, she just said, you know, Mama, I like the fact that you don't Photoshop anything on your page, because I have to work out live. Like, I can't Photoshop my live working out,
Obviously.
right? So I
Yes.
need to look
Yeah.
the same person. And that's
Yes.
something that stuck with me, that she knows ki Photoshop kya hota hai
No, and
and what is not real.
she's noticed and
And she's
appreciative of
noticed it,
that.
appreciated it. She said, I like the fact that you don't touch your photographs. And I like
Yeah.
the fact that you don't put too much makeup when you're exercising.
But not everybody has the maturity to understand that, and that is the problem, because a lot of them believe what they see. And that
Yeah.
leads to
So
then all
yeah,
these.
I think, yeah, maybe it's important to just like sit with it. Basically, we need to just sit with our children. Like I said, the gap is so short. It's the
Yeah.
wisdom that we can give them
Yeah, and
of
spend
our
more
life skills.
time. And yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. So great. Let's end it on that note. Thank you so much for taking out the time to do this. And please do
And
post
whenever
that
you
video.
post, I will. And if whenever you post them up, if anybody has any questions, they can keep posting it on your page, and I'll
Yeah.
step in there and I'll start answering all the
Yeah.
questions.
So guys, so please, if you have any questions, you can put it and just tag Sumaya. So then she'll know. She'll get
Yeah,
that
so
notification.
I'll get the notification
Yeah.
and I'll do that.
And we are going to hold you to your promise of telling us about a few apps that you will go through and tell us that they are good
Absolutely,
for
I'll do
kids.
that by tomorrow itself. I'll do a
Done.
research tonight.
Okay.
Okay,
Wonderful.
thank
Thanks,
you.
Amaya. Okay. Bye. Have a good
Bye.
weekend. Bye.